Hello everybody, it's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. I have resisted making this video, so much so that I didn't make videos on days when I could have made videos because I thought, I don't do it, Clint. Don't make a Kickstarter video again. Well, here we go. For those of you that care, and I think you should care, Kickstarter's comic and outreach consultant resigns. Is that new? No, that happens every 6 months. But they resigned over blockchain protocol this time. And I think I have some interesting information here to probably add to this. I know that there's a lot of people have covered it, but I do think I think that it's interesting. Now, I'm gonna right off the top say I'm not launching a campaign on Kickstarter, and so chill out. I'm not going to. But what I'm going to do is promote my own website, which is here, sweetcomicshop.com. I just updated it with a whole bunch of books. Check out this reprint as well. If you're a completionist, you're going to want to get that. If you're a new reader, you're going to want to get that. But you can get everything that I have available here, which you'll notice is not include Downcast Volume 1. Those have been sold out. I actually technically have a few more copies left, but I mean a few, like not many at all. So I might just hang on to those for myself. And also Dracula is coming to Indiegogo, and I'm even considering I could launch it on my own website. I think that might be a bad idea, but in theory I could do that. But you could check that out as well. Sign up for the pre-launch page. I think I'm going to do something like a trading card. People seem to like trading cards. Special trading card for those people that sign up for the pre-launch page, but it also really helps me. We're not going to launch this campaign until it's finished, and I don't want to launch this campaign until Fatal is finished. And so I have been, as politely as I can, nudging Charlie along with the artwork. Pages he's turning in are fantastic, but do check that out. All right, so let's get back to this first. Kickstarter's comics outreach consultant resigns over blockchain protocol. So a big part of this is people don't understand the blockchain protocol. Does it matter? No, not really. Ideological lines have been drawn all over Kickstarter, and much of that, probably most of it, is Kickstarter's own fault. And so they have got to do some stuff to remedy some problems that they've created for themselves. Now, I know you're thinking the problems that they've created for themselves are, revolving around comics and gatekeeping, etc., etc. Those are the least of their problems. They don't care about comic books all that much, and that is such a minuscule amount of what they weigh to make their larger decisions like this, something big like blockchain protocol, that it's just not even a factor. So it's better for their 6-month hire for whatever the comic commissar resigns, and they'll just fill that position up again because it doesn't matter to them. They've got bigger things afoot. So the resignation said, let's see, I've resigned as Kickstarter's comic outreach consultant due to their blockchain decision, Rouser said on Twitter. It's been a rewarding experience, and I'm grateful to have helped creators fund projects. However, I can no longer advocate for them while staying true to myself and the community I love. And the community that she loves are a bunch of people that are dedicated against blockchain, cryptocurrency, and anything that libertarians like, essentially. And so that is going to be the plan. Now, does it matter that this blockchain technology it doesn't hurt anything? Like, it doesn't go against really anything that they hate other than in name only? No, it doesn't matter. This was posted by Mr. Dongs, actually, and I did think that this was some good points here. He said Kickstarter could adopt a blockchain that actively sucks CO2 out of the air, and these people would be pitching a fit anyway because the root of the problem with cryptocurrency isn't with the environment, it's that it can't be taxed, and so on and so on. So there goes the problem. Again, it is supporting a system that is outside of the system that they dream of, the system that they wish could exist in their utopian landscape, their inevitable future utopia. It can't coincide with what they want the world to be like, at least not as it is right now. So that's going to be a problem for them. So what happens here? Now look at this breakdown. This is also interesting because the amount of campaigns that come through and the amount of dollars that come into Kickstarter are so heavily reliant on anything else but comics, photos, and theater, it doesn't matter. When you think about this, photojournalism and theater, how big do you think those are? They're exactly as big as comics is. Let that sink in for a moment. They don't care. None of this is actually about comics at all. It's about all of the big bucks they could be making, and I'm guessing that there's a little bit more behind it too. But I'm gonna guess that they're interested in courting bigger companies. They're interested in courting these campaigns. They're going to raise millions of dollars regularly for tech. Apparently, film is way up there. Music, books is at 11%. I mean, really, like the way that everything lays out, comics are just so small in comparison. Now, when you look over here at the other side here, at projects that are successfully funded. Now, remember, the way that Kickstarter works is you need to be successful in order for your project to get funded, but also in order for Kickstarter to get paid. So it is in their best interest for their projects to be successful because they get paid off of those successful projects. So in this case, theater, comics, music, art, these kinds of things actually have a very high success rate because they're asking for such a low dollar amount. But I guarantee you the success rate is not a factor. They don't care. Those books that are asking for such little money, Kickstarter is going to go ahead and take their cut, take that money, and it'll leave, it'll whatever. They'll just leave the fulfillment up to those creators because it's relatively easy, low stakes to create and finish those things. It's these bigger players that they're concerned about. The design, photography, is it photojournalism? Photography, I don't know. That's such a big section. Technology obviously is way up there. Food, even. All of these kinds of factors that are able to pull in a lot more money dollar-wise for Kickstarter in one go, in a single campaign. They're going to pull in, far more money than they are with multiple comics campaigns, barring a few very successful ones, again, from their perspective. I think a lot of these smaller unsung campaigns get ignored often, or they're not recognized for being a successful campaign, but they do exist. There are many out there, and they're relatively easily fulfilled. So I think that is a factor as well. So what does this mean for Kickstarter? I suspect some more changing, but what I really expect is mental gymnastics, because the narrative that so many people have been going after for so long is that blockchain is evil because of the environment. Therefore, anything associated with blockchain is evil because it's directly harming the environment, which is a stretch, as people are using Twitter to post to post these resignations on a smartphone, presumably, or a computer. Again, like there's whataboutism that you could go down, that route. But the truth is that if you really had such a big stance against blockchain because of the environment, you'd have to object to a number of other things. That's the logical conclusion. You would have to do that. So in this case, that is, I don't know, it'll take some time perhaps, but I do expect some mental gymnastics, and I expect many creators and employees to get on board, because what are you going to do? You either get on board or you move aside. That's all that's going to happen. In the meantime, though, if you're interested in independent comics, my goal is to compete with the mainstream comic book industry. And here I am. I've got an Indiegogo pre-launch page. I'm trying to do things right, go back to basics here. And if you are interested in supporting me, I really appreciate it. Me and Donald DeLay have been working very hard here on this book, Dracula, a new take on a classic. It's not a retelling at all. It's something completely different, and I'm very happy about the direction so far, and I'll keep it posted. So check that out in the link in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below as well, and I'll see you in the next video.